Hi, and welcome to the Creative Treehouse. My name is Robin Broom, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Thanks so much for joining me in the Treehouse today. Today's project is a really cool fun fold card, and the design of this one, it came from a guy named Jay. I'm not positive of his last name. He's a fellow demonstrator in the UK. He and Barry are both demonstrators, and they make some really cool things, but this is his design. I've just added to it in that I did add magnets to mine, and it's his measurements, but I added different DSP and different colors and things like that. So, but the basics are came from him, and I'll put his name in the description. And when I get to all of the measurements, you'll be able to just view those on my blog, so you won't have to write it down as you're watching. So, but this, he calls it a 3-diamond gatefold. And the reason is it has 3 diamonds. Your squares turned up on point, so pretty cool. And to me, it gets even cooler because these open up, and so you can kind of had secret messages in there, so that's really cool. So a 3-diamond gatefold card. All right, and let's see, and the magnets for mine, I ended up putting them, I tried them in different places, but I ended up putting it right there, and so that way the card pretty much will lay flat and it's not going to open up. Otherwise it would just kind of go kind of like that. But it also stands up it's really neat when it stands up as well. So pretty cool. All right, so let me go over all of the measurements, and then we'll do a little bit of stamping so that you can see how I did that. All right, so the very first thing that you need is you will need a piece of, if you're copying mine exactly, you'll need Night of Navy. And this is the big card base, and it is 10.5 by 3.5. So 10.5 by 3.5, and you're going to score it at 3.5 and 7. And then you're going to, after you've scored it, you're going to also need to cut off the corners. So you're going to start at this score line and this score line, and you're going to cut diagonally across, right in half, so that you've sliced those outer squares in half. So, and then this will, you can see the fold lines there. So that's what you'll do with that one. And you'll do the same thing with the large piece of DSP that we're going to use. And it is 3 by 9. And I've already cut it all so you can tell. So 9 inches by 3 inches. And you'll cut the 3 squares, so 3-inch squares, 3 and 6. And then you're going to cut again diagonally from the inside, top inside, to the outside edge, but this time we will keep those 2 pieces. So 3 by 9 and making it into squares. All right, let's see what else we have. Let me reach over here. We have 2 pieces of Night of Navy, and those are the ones that are going to be kind of like doors, and they're going to close with your secret message, and they are 4.5 by 2 1/4, and they're scored at 2 1/4. So you pretty much have squares right here. So those are your secret doors. And then while we're still working with Night of Navy, you'll have 3 squares that are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So 3 2 1/4 squares of Night of Navy. You'll have 2 pieces of boho blue, and they are 2 inches. So 2 by 2 on boho blue. And then you'll need 7 2 by 2 squares. I'm only showing you 2 right here because I've already stamped mine, but you'll need 7 in basic white. 2-inch squares, basic white. All right, and then there's a little mechanism piece, and originally I made my Night of Navy. It doesn't really matter, it's not going to show. But this one happens to be the Misty Moonlight, and it is 4 by 3/4, 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch, and you're going to score it at is it half? Yeah, 1/2 inch and 1.5. So 1/2 inch, 1.5 on either side. That's your mechanism. And then on my original, I used boho blue, but I'm going to try Misty Moonlight this time. And this is going to go, this is the mat for the center square, And it is, well, let's see where that one is. That one is, aha, a 3 1/4 inch square. So Misty Moonlight 3 1/4 inch square. All right, all those will be on my blog, all the measurements. And then let me show you some of the stamping first to show you, because what I chose was the two-tone flora, and I just thought that that really worked well with the DSP. It's similar flowers and leaves, and so that's what we're going to work on. And I'll show you how I did it, because I'll pull this back in. So I did this flower, and I did it actually 4 times this way, this one, and these two, and then I just added more of the boho blue and the night of navy, and it kind of just complements the DSP. So that's what I'm gonna show you how I did that. So we need our center and which is boho blue, and then the night of navy. It's kind of like the little highlights. Because we're working with squares that are tilted up on its point, you have to kind of be careful and be sure you have your flower in such a way that it doesn't look like it's upside down or anything like that. What I ended up doing for mine is this little indentation here is what I put towards the bottom when I stamped it. So let me be positive I've got the same one going on. I think I do. Okay, so I'm just gonna, my ink looks a little odd. This is a brand new boho blue ink pad. All right, so we're gonna just put that down. And yeah, it does look a little odd. Okay, and then the night of navy is kind of the little highlights of the, and this one is to me very tricky to get. I finally have figured out certain things to look at to get it to line up. Let's see if I can do it. I think that's probably going to be close. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so I did that. I did like that, and 4 times that way. And then when I added the other things, what I did, let me get a piece of scratch paper to put under here, and I'll show you. This time I used the flowers that come with that set, and make sure I get the right one. And I stamped off once and then put my flowers in. Well, just probably 3 times. Kind of different angles. And let's see, we'll do that. Okay. And then those also have inside these little star things. We'll go with the night of navy. And I'm not going to stamp off for this one. Let's see, I'm going to turn it. And I don't know why my boho blue is acting up a little. So I may need to go over it with something. All right, and so while I've still got the night of navy, I'm going to use the leaves from that set, and I'll just find little spots to put them, like on this little corner, little edge there. I didn't leave a lot of room this time, but you can see how it just really, it's kind of fun. It adds something to it. Let's try the big leaf there, and I feel like I need one more little leaf thing here. Let's see if I can get that one in there. There we go. So other than the boho blue flowers not working that well, I think we got it going. Let me pull it off of there so you can see it a little better. So anyway, so you can see the difference between when it's just plain and when you've added the papers, the other stamps to it. So, but I thought it really stood out plain this way, and then enjoyed having it all kind of match that way. And then the other thing that I did was I stamped very similarly. I stamped that with the leaves being the highlight and on those boho blue pieces. So let me move that out of the way, and we can do that because I have not done that yet. Grab my scratch paper again, and again it's easiest to line that up, making it in the diamond pattern the way you want it to line up. Let me see, and I'm gonna, first time I did it I had the stems not going off the page, and it looks better going off the page. Okay, and then I went through and added those flowers again, and this time I don't believe I stamped off. Let's try not stamping off since it's the same color. And we'll just kind of randomly stick those in. Let's see, did I add other leaves in there? I have to remind myself. I did. Okay, cool. All right, and this one. Okay, and let's get some extra leaves going here in a couple of spots. So I find even stamping stuff like this is very relaxing to me. All right, let's see if I can get the skinny one in here. Maybe. All right. Something like that, and then we need the insides, those little star insides, and yep, it doesn't, I find that it doesn't matter a whole lot. Nobody is going to be sitting there inspecting your flowers, probably, hopefully not. A lot of times your recipients don't even realize the work that went into it, but it was fun work. So, okay, so we've gotten those done. Now we can put everything together, and you'll see how it all comes together. All right, so we'll get this, our base, and we'll go ahead and get our Misty Moonlight, and let me get my liquid glue out, and we will put our DSP on there. Okay, let's see. I don't think it's really gonna matter. On one of them, I did try to, on my first one, try to line all the papers up the same way. Let's see if those line up. No. No. Nope, so it doesn't matter. Thankfully, it's not a directional pattern. All right, let's get some glue, and I think I'll put that one that way. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll put these corner pieces down. You're just pretty much centering them, making sure they've got an even border on them. I feel like I didn't get glue in that one spot. Okay, and that's the other piece. Okay, get it all lined up. I feel like that one's not as, like it's down a little bit too far, but that is okay. We're not going to worry about it. All right, so we've got that. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is let's go ahead and put our little door pieces together. I'm calling them doors. Okay, and we're just going to fold it. And see if I can find my bone folder and I'll burnish it well. So it's funny. Oh, there it is. I'm about to say it always seems to walk off. All right, let me burnish this well. Same thing here. And now they're going to open. I can't remember how Jay did it, but I'm going to have mine open this way and this way. He may have done his the exact same way, but I don't think so. But anyway, so they're going to be like that. So the next thing we need to do is to put we're going to put the ones that we made. They're over here. Okay, we're going to put the two that are really that we decorated up a lot right there. This is the top, so we're going to put that on. Okay, and then you can see how the flower seems to be the correct direction. Do the same on the other one. Okay. Like I said, mine are kind of opening like that. Okay. All right, and then on the inside, what I did, I put these on the inside. So I think that would look about right. And I think he had something here, and he had the white on the top that you could write something. But I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to put the white on the bottom part and the boho blue on the top. And you could use more DSP, but I just thought it was fun to use the different colors. And I couldn't really find another pattern that looked, another DSP pattern that looked good with that one. Because it needed to be, because a lot of them are directional, and that would have made it a little more challenging. All right, then here's where I did sentiments, and I think I did this one first. Let's see, that one's gonna go like that. Okay, and I'll tell you in just a second where those sentiments came from. They are not in a current catalog, and they are retired sentiments. I was trying to find two that were from the same stamp set that would work for a birthday card, so that they would have the same fonts and things, not be distracting. All right, let me make sure I'm doing this right. This one is this way, this one is this way, so that one goes like that. Okay, so now they'll be like that. Okay, and we're not going to put it on yet because we need this, and we need one of our plain navy pieces. And the birthday wishes actually came from a completely different set. Let me get that adhered and I will show you, just in case it's some sets that you already have. So, but that we're not going to adhere that one yet. All right, let me see if I brought those in. I did. All right, so these two outside ones came from this one, the Happy and Heartfelt, and then the center one, the Birthday Wishes, it came from the Amazing Year, and I just thought it fit the card really well. All right, and let's see what else. Then I think what would be easiest, there's different things we could do. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put our outside flowers on to the Night of Navy pieces and get them ready. Okay. Because they're going to be on what looks like the back now, but it will end up being on the front. Okay, so those are ready. All right, now let's do our mechanism. Okay, And what you need to do is you're going to fold it like in, out, in, like that. So in, out, and in on both sides, like that. And you want to be sure that nothing is hindering it at all. Okay, and then we're going to put our glue on this part. We're going to go ahead and glue it down. So we got that, and you want it to be horizontal. It's a little bit longer this way, so that I'm going to center it the best I can. Because if you went the other way, it's going to do like this, and you want it to be able to go this way. You don't want it to be able to fold down on itself. So as long as it can rock that way, that is correct. All right, now we can put this one on, and I'm going to line it up the best I can, and pretty much you can just look from point to point. You can see that I'm just barely on the border, barely on the border, barely on the border, barely on the border. So that should be even. Okay. And then see, look, it springs up. Isn't that fun? Okay, and then this one we're going to do, it's only going to be adhered just on this section. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue at the top here. Top edge, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this part, and then I'm going to, let's make sure I've got it the right direction. Okay, I'm going to fold it over on here, line those triangles up because you want them all lined up, and then I'm going to close that on top. Let's see if that works. I see that I've forgotten my outside triangles. Yeah, there we go. All right, while I'm looking at that, let's get these last triangles on here because this one's going to be a little bit tricky to get on after I did that. Let me flip it over. So we've got a triangle here of your DSP and on the other side. Okay. Such a pretty card. I love this designer series paper. The Countryside Inn, I believe. Okay, now that should be easier. So we've got that one. We're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. All right, we're going to kind of lay it down and figure out exactly where we need the glue. So I need the glue on the back edge of this one. Okay, and I'm going to put some right here. And then I'm going to attach, I'm going to pretend I'm folding that over, making it line up with evenly with that square. And then I'm going to close it over. Hold it down for just a minute. And it pops up. And there, and it looks so cool. Looks so cool. Okay, and then on the other side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to line those up, and we are not going to attach them together. That's actually where the magnets are going to go. So right here and right here. So again, I'm going to put some glue right on the top, right in here. And I'm going to put it on this end where it needs to be. And then I'm going to line up the squares. And again, there's not any glue here. We're going to end up putting magnets. Okay, and the same thing for this one. Okay, I'm going to set it here, look at it. Okay, we'll need glue on the bottom of this part. And I'm going to put some right here. Okay. And then again, line up our squares, our diamonds. Okay. And then, so we can close it and close it. And now you'll get to see, I did not burnish these well, but even burnished, it won't stay closed. So as you can as you can see. So magnets help a lot. So anyway, so that, and then if you wanted to, so we've got all of our words in here. What I did on mine was I put another piece. I put a panel of, actually I decided to use the Misty Moonlight, so I put a panel on there and wrote my message. And you could use the boho blue, would also look good with that as well. So I will show you next how I did the magnets, in case you're interested in doing the magnets to get your closure on there. Alright, in terms of magnets, these are itty bitty tiny things. I get them from a company called Total Elements. There are two here, believe it or not, together. Let's see if I can use my take your pick tool to get in between them. I may not be able to. Let me see if I can force them with my fingers. Okay, I got it. Okay. They're pretty strong, so it's awesome. So I'm going to use glue dot. I'm going to take a glue dot and I'm going to put the glue dot down. It's going to stick to me too. I think I'm going to go ahead and use two just in case. I didn't on my original, but I think that's fine. So let me get one more glue dot. Okay, and the glue dots are about the same size as this. I will put this in the description, and also it will be on my blog as to where those came from. They are super tiny. All right, where I ended up, like I said, I tried it here, and it's easiest to do it right in here, I believe. And so because we haven't put those together, that's a great place to put the, we can't put it under here, but you can put it in between, like that. All right, and so hope you can see that. I put the magnet right here. Okay, that's on the front, all right? And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this magnet go. There's no glue on it right now. Okay, and so now I know where that magnet where I need to put the glue. So I'm gonna put glue on this side, and that's gonna go, I'll lift it up, and it's gonna go, so one is right here, the other one is gonna go right in here, and hopefully I'll get it lined up pretty well. Let's see if I can get it to, I think I did. Let's see. Oh, I did. Yep, it almost even snapped closed. Okay, it's not because you've got the double layers, it's not going to be really, really strong, but it's enough to get it to close. So they're right, so you got one here, and if you really looked, you can see them in there. But there, they should be down. And oh, that's right, I only did one glue dot, but they should be fine. So, and it'll be just enough to keep it closed. So there is your triple gatefold diamond card, or triple diamond gatefold card. That's quite a mouthful. So pretty cool. And I love the papers, the colors, awesome. It's very bulky, and so definitely it's going to have to go in the mail as a non-machinable card. And because it's square, I've been told that in the United States you can't mail a square card. So I'll probably make a special envelope, or just put it in a regular envelope. I think it'll be fine, but it might need extra postage. I can tell you that later after I mail it. So you like my blue fingers? Oh my goodness, yeah. Got pretty inky with this one, but it was so worth it. So thanks for joining me in the treehouse, and I hope you liked this project, and I hope that you'll try it. Let me know how you changed it up, what colors and what DSP you used. and I look forward to having you join me on my next card or project adventure in the Treehouse. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested in what's going on in the Treehouse on a weekly and monthly basis, you can sign up for my newsletter. If you go to my blog, creativetreehouse.blog, you will find the newsletter there, and again, you'll find all the dimensions and things for the card. And I think that's about it, guys. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.